Welcome to Term 2. We're here on Torrens Park campus, and while lots of people have been around on holidays, you know, reading books for late into the mid-morning and drinking coffee at different sorts of hours, parts of Scotch College have been really busy. So we've had trips and tours overseas, we've had trips and tours around Australia, and I'm with Ewen Graham, Sophie Sorensen and Amy Wallace, and they've been part of our recent Caledonian trip to Tasmania. What were some of the things that we did as part of that tour?
So part of the tour was obviously performance. So we did 5 performances. We went to a retirement village. We played in a public park in Launceston. We played in a public park in Hobart. We played at Mona, which was fantastic. And then we played in the historic village of Richmond. But performance wasn't the only thing. We tried to organise experiences outside of that, maybe some like outdoor ed type things. We did zip lining, we went caving, and we went to the forest down past Ewenville to see Tohoon.
What was it like for you guys to be taking a little bit of part of Scotch College and taking it to another part of the country?
I thought it was really awesome. Like everywhere we played, we had like an audience. At the nursing home, we talked to some of the residents after, and they were just like so happy with like the performance. Some of them had a Caledonian background. Just like getting to know them and sort of seeing the impact we have at like Mona. People come there to see all the art and they saw us and they enjoyed it. So it was really awesome just to see that we can bring what we do elsewhere and people appreciate it.
Rather than performing to communities that you know, what is it that you take away from going on a tour and going on a program like that takes you away from school and takes you into a different part of the country?
The performances are quite different. So whenever we're doing it within the school or outside of school in Adelaide, it's very much a number of people have seen us perform before, or they understand that we do have these local pipe bands and we're one of them. So you got a lot more people were a lot more engaged with them, we found. And also had really good turnout and people who were really curious, and we ended up having some very good chats with some of the people who came and watched afterwards. And it was just cool to bring that to another community who may not get this sort of experience that we provide in Adelaide.
So you open up a newspaper these days and you're going to read all about generative AI, and you're going to read about technology moving and changing in a broad range of different ways. And you've made choices to be involved in probably what is one of the most traditional areas of our school life, you know, that speaks really strongly to our heritage.
Well, my grandparents were both sort of Caledonian background. My grandma danced and my granddad piped. But I started when I was in the junior school. I'm a dancer. And I kept going because it's just really fun. I love all the events. The Cayley is one of my favourite nights of the year. And yeah, it's just a really good community to be involved in.
Christmas pageant was a big one for me. I used to go every single year. Dad would go out early with one of our family friends and we'd sit on the sidelines and watch, and if I wasn't there in person, it was recorded. I'd watch it back at home and I'd go, "Mum, where's the Scotch pipe band? Where's Scotch?" And like always want to see that, and I really wanted to do that. But I also come from a background of lots of music, having played multiple other instruments. And then having been around Scotch my whole life and seen the band perform many times, I thought that's just something I want to do, give it a crack, and then I ended up loving it.
It is very much one of the signature parts of what it means to be at Scotch, to be at an event and have that very strong emotional response for somebody who's not involved in it. When you hear the pipes and when you hear the band being out at the head of the river, being at the start of an assembly, or being outside the chapel, you know, as our Year 12s would go in for the very last time for their final assembly. What sorts of things do people say to you about the impact that the pipes and that piece of tradition has on them?
I'd had a conversation just after flag laying with one of my friends who was also there. She started learning pipes with me at the same time, and one of the things that she said was always hearing Amazing Grace always gets her, and it's just having had that emotional connection with it being played at a loved one's funeral, and just the sentimental value there and how soothing and also like comforting it is to hear, and how much she loves it. So yeah.
We work hard here to bring the world into the college, so that the education that happens at all levels, all the way from ELC through to Year 12, is informed by the things that are going on around the world, but it's also wonderful for us to take the things that are special about Scotch and then take them out. And with trips to Vietnam, trips to France, trips around the country over the past holidays, it's been wonderful to see Scotch students in a broad range of different contexts adding to the richness of the life here. It's going to be an exciting term too. There's lots on. We are changing and the weather's starting to get a little bit colder and sport changes over. There's enormous performance programs that are going to be running in the weeks and the months ahead, and we're really looking forward to everything the next month holds. We look forward to seeing you around the